Actionable Gamification, Beyond Points, Badges, and Leaderboards by Chou is not just a guide to gamification, it's a deep psychological exploration into what truly motivates human behavior. Chou moves away from shallow game mechanics like points and badges and instead proposes a comprehensive, human-focused design approach to engagement. He introduces his Octalysis Framework, which is built on the idea that real motivation stems from deeper psychological drives rather than surface-level rewards. The book aims to reshape how we think about engagement by teaching us to design systems that align with what truly moves people. At the heart of Chou's framework are 8 core drives that motivate human behavior. These drives are not just abstract concepts but are backed by cognitive psychology and behavioral science. Each core drive is placed in a distinct area of the Octalysis diagram, with their position indicating whether the drive is more extrinsically or intrinsically motivating, and whether it exerts more black hat or white hat motivational influence. This structure gives designers a way to balance different types of motivation depending on the goal of the experience they're creating. Chou emphasizes that most gamification fails because it focuses too heavily on extrinsic rewards, what he calls left brain or black hat techniques like points, leaderboards, or competition. These strategies can work in the short term, but they often lead to burnout, disinterest, or even resentment if not carefully designed. He argues that to create long-term engagement, designers must tap into right brain and white hat drives such as meaning, creativity, and social influence. These provide a more sustainable and fulfilling user experience. The first of the 8 core drives is epic meaning and calling. This is the motivation people feel when they believe they are part of something bigger than themselves. It's what drives people to contribute to open-source projects or volunteer for causes without expecting anything in return. In gamified design, giving users a sense of purpose or attaching their actions to a greater mission can create deep emotional investment. The second drive is development and accomplishment. This is about progress, achievement, and overcoming challenges. It is often exploited through points and badges, but Chou explains that it's not the reward itself that motivates, it's the feeling of growth and success. A good gamified system, he says, allows users to see their advancement clearly and feel competent, even if they occasionally fail. Empowerment of creativity and feedback is the third drive, and it's one of the most intrinsically satisfying. People love to be creative, make choices, and see how their decisions affect outcomes. Think of games like Minecraft, where open-ended creativity is central. Chou encourages designers to build systems that allow experimentation and personalization, with meaningful feedback loops that reward exploration. The fourth drive, ownership and possession, taps into our instinct to collect, customize, and improve what we own. This is why people feel invested in avatars, profiles, or even virtual items. It also explains why user-generated content or profiles can dramatically increase engagement. When users feel something is theirs, they naturally want to care for and improve it. Social influence and relatedness is the fifth drive and a powerful one. It includes all the social elements that motivate us: mentorship, social pressure, group identity, competition, and even envy. Chou highlights how social elements can transform a simple task into a compelling, connected experience. When designed correctly, this drive can make users feel they are part of a community or team. Scarcity and impatience is the sixth core drive. People want what they can't have, or what is only available for a limited time. This drive explains why limited time offers, countdown timers, or VIP access can be so effective. But Chou warns this is a black hat drive. It creates urgency and can drive action, but overuse can lead to stress and fatigue. Unpredictability and curiosity is the seventh drive and is closely tied to dopamine release in the brain. Humans are wired to seek patterns and be intrigued by uncertainty. This drive explains why people keep watching Netflix episodes or opening loot boxes. They crave surprise and novelty. In design, using this drive wisely keeps users engaged and returning for more. The final core drive is loss and avoidance. It's a powerful motivator that makes people act to avoid negative outcomes. This could be losing progress, missing a reward, or falling behind others. This too is a black hat motivator, effective, but dangerous if overused. Chou explains that this drive can create urgency, but it should be balanced with more positive motivators. Throughout the book, Chou illustrates these drives with real-life case studies, from video games and mobile apps to workplace productivity tools and education systems. He shows how companies like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Duolingo leverage these drives to engage millions of users. What sets his approach apart is the emphasis on ethical, long-term motivation, not just addiction-based design. Chou doesn't shy away from discussing the ethical implications of gamification. He differentiates between manipulative, coercive tactics and empowering, user-centered experiences. While black hat techniques might spike engagement, they can leave users feeling manipulated. In contrast, white hat design gives users a sense of agency and satisfaction. This moral framing is a central theme throughout the book. A key actionable takeaway from actionable gamification is that good design requires empathy. You must deeply understand your users, their motivations, frustrations, and desires. By mapping out which core drives are most relevant to your product or service, you can craft experiences that feel natural and exciting. Chou encourages designers to think beyond surface-level gamification and aim for emotionally resonant experiences. Chou also provides a gamified reading experience within the book itself. He gives readers challenges, ranks, and encourages them to reflect on how the concepts apply to their lives. This metagamification mirrors the very principles he discusses and makes the book more engaging and interactive. It's a clever, immersive strategy that reinforces his framework through lived experience. By the end of the book, it's clear that actionable gamification isn't just about games or rewards. It's about designing human experiences that resonate. Whether you're building a product, teaching a class, or managing a team, the Octalysis Framework offers a roadmap for crafting motivation-rich environments. Chou empowers readers to design systems that respect users' intelligence and agency, resulting in engagement that lasts and feels meaningful.